I found it. Okay. So, welcome everyone to Eye of the Needle, um, our first Hebrew class, the pilot class. Yay! So,
Yay.
some of the things I wanted to talk about were some of the responses that we got for why people wanted to learn Hebrew, and some of the responses that we got were let's see, dig through these many chats that we found. um, so basically, someone was saying about having more career choices, and being able to help with like real estate, and being able to communicate with other people that speak Hebrew, and also strengthening our brain, which is actually a good point that is brought up, because when we start looking at just the writing and the speaking and the direction, it kind of like forces you to start looking at things in a different way. Um, Traveling. Let's see. Said something about building confidence. I think so too, actually. Because the more we learn Hebrew, we would be learning. Let's see, how would I put this? As we learn more of the Hebrew, it's making an imprint on our hearts, you know. And like Brother Anderson was saying earlier, that the letters, they each have meanings and stuff, and so then as we learn this stuff, it's going to make our brain start thinking in this fashion, you know. So let's see. Um, Confidence, probable, more convenient, and it would help me understand the Hebrew culture. Yes, definitely. Because as you start going through the letters of the alphabet, and you see that each of them actually means something too, you'll start seeing how that it connected or connects to the way in which we lived back in that time too. So, and it's adding a positive. So yes, let's see. Someone else put Jubilees 12:26, and I should make a note of the time right quick. Okay, yes. Um, it's the language of creation, and presently we speak a dead language known as English. I have, right?
Yeah,
I have
Right.
heard.
that was mine.
Oh, okay, okay, yes, there you go. I have heard that with English, it's just a lot of things that we say you really don't want to say. Like, why do we say good morning? What is good about morning? You know,
Yeah.
but that's what we say to each other, And when we talk about the weekend, you know what I'm saying, in the week. So does that mean like all of the week is supposed to make us weekend, or and it's spelled differently, but it sounds like it just starts getting weird, you know. You don't have this issue in Hebrew where you have two different ways that you can pronounce words, and so one way means this and another way means that. No, what you see is what you say. So, mm. And then it says, being able to learn the language of our ancestors will begin to bring back life to us as a people and reconnect us with our true heritage and culture. So yes, that is another thing too, because again, it'll cause us to start thinking in different ways. Now I'm gonna come back to this thing about the language of creation, because I actually have like a piece of a video that I want to show us as well.
Okay.
So, and then let's see. Somebody in here said that they've been trying to learn Arabic and Hebrew for quite some time. And the reason why they want to learn these two languages is to understand my works to me. Understand my works to me. What I've gathered is that Hebrew people mainly speak only two languages. Very few of them still speak English, but biblically, our original roots is Hebrew. And to understand the ancients, you need to understand ancient language. Yay. So with this Arabic as well, we're also going to get some more of that. And our Zoom meeting is going to end in 10 minutes. So we may have to reconnect again.
Okay.
For this little video. So I guess the 40 minutes started from when we all started joining and not from when I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
see, that was another kink I wanted to work out. Let's see. Somebody says, plus it is to be understood that I would learn more from my people, and then I would at an app that just teaches how to speak Hebrew. Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, learning from somebody versus an app and just the interactivity of the person. What I was
Right.
saying with the Arabic, or somebody was saying with the Arabic, we're also going to learn a little bit of Arabic too, just because when I was learning the Arabic and the Hebrew, what I didn't understand in one, I looked up the grammar for it in another. And because the languages are so close, sometimes I'm just going to have a better way of explaining it with Arabic grammar. That doesn't mean we got to remember it. Just get the idea from it. So there's that.
Right.
Let's
Yes,
see.
ma'am. And in my lessons of teaching myself personally, shalom, I forgot. I apologize. Um, in my lessons of teaching myself Arabic and Hebrew, I have come to the understanding that when it gets complicated, it is a very understood to learn it from the Hebrew dialects or definitions,
Mm-hmm.
then refer back to it. But just doing it on an app gets more complicated than what a lot of people expect.
Okay.
Way more complicated.
It does. It really does. And then let's see. Discord, somebody put something in here in the Discord. Yes, Miss Holly.
Yes.
She says she wanted to learn because it is my native tongue. That's what I'm talking about. I was born to speak my people's language. Yes.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. And then let's see, we have Shasha put number one, I have always wanted to learn the Hebrew language because it is an ancient unspoken language of our people that they have hidden for several of years. And for two, I have understood that the Hebrew and Arabic language is very much different, but very much similar. And it is a language that I have been trying to teach myself for quite some time. And then Yeheva. Shalom, I agree. My reason for wanting to learn Hebrew is because I know there is so much we can learn about ourselves. Our language holds so much knowledge, and I feel with not knowing how to speak our language. Okay. It is holding us back from certain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Yes. So without knowing how to speak our language, it's holding us back from certain wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Yes, because there's a lot of stuff that's not translated.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just out there. And we have access to get our hands on it, but don't know what it says. Or when we do read stuff that is translated, you'll see that they've added so much to where it's not really telling the truth. So, for example, oh, I believe if you look at the Safaria app, some portion of the Mishnah, and it says basically that Ham was afflicted in his skin. That's what the Hebrew says. That's all it says, is that he was afflicted in his skin. However, by the time they translated to English, it says that he was afflicted in his skin and that his skin turned black. It says nothing like that in the Hebrew,
Right.
And then if you really just want to be all the way biblical, every time we see a skin affliction in the Bible, people's skin ain't turning black. It's leprous, or whatever color that might be, but it's not turning black. So they'll translate some stuff and be adding their own spin on stuff instead of just translating exactly what the Hebrew says. And I think that's a part of also keeping us out, however subtly that may be. So
Right.
Okay, so I say this is a good time as any to break right here because we got 3 minutes, and then when we come back, you should be able to go into the meeting room that you just came out of. So
Okay.
when I say the meeting room, like you should be able to just go back to the Zoom and put like look down at the bottom there and kind of scroll to see which room to go into. And it, unless you've been in other people's Zooms, then this should be the only one. And then just put back in the passcode again. I'm gonna have to figure out how to
Okay.
get that passcode gone because we don't need that. Well, all right then. Shalom, and see you here in a few minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
shalom.
Shalom.